Welcome to One Brothas Mind, and I am KD Smooth. Today we will question and challenge popular information and views from a B1 perspective, while we expose the real facts you need. We do this to strengthen your logical, critical, and discerning thinking skills. Because in today's world, hard choices are mandatory and they come with consequences. So you need all the information. And at One Brothas Mind, we do this from a B1 Yeshua the Christ followers perspective. Now, if you're not ready, you better get ready with KD Smooth at One Brothas Mind. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's KD Smooth back with One Brothas Mind. Coming back with a new report. A new report that we're going to just ask a few questions about, family. Ask just a few questions about this report on your screen. But before we get started, family, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to One Brothas Mind. Make sure you turn on all notifications so that you get the alerts when we go live and upload new content. Okay, family, let's dig into this here real quick. Again, I'm going to just ask some questions about this this Patriot Front group here on your screen, and this arrest or reported arrest before this Pride event in Idaho. Okay. I don't know about y'all, family, but there's some things about this that just, how shall I say? They look and sound too good to be true. Sometimes there's things you can hear a story and everything seems to fit together so well. It almost fits together so well to where you feel it answers all of your questions before you even ask them. But as you think of the story or information, like, wait a minute. This all just kind of sounds like it fits together too well. And everything don't seem to be necessarily, everything doesn't come together so wonderfully like that most of the time. So let's ask a few questions, family. Let's just say this. I hope the report that this whole story is legitimate and the police force here in Idaho did such a wonderful job and everything they reported is absolutely spot on. I hope so, because that would mean they stopped a potential riot and dangerous situation from happening. But did they? Let's chop it up. All right. For me, family, I just got some questions. A lot of questions. First off, with the images on your screen, family. Okay. Usually, when police make arrests and they cuff and detain suspects, I mean, look at the screen and keep staring at it. Look at these. The first thing I want you to focus on is these masks that are, these so-called suspects are already cuffed and detained. But yet, they still have disguises on or these masks on. Usually by this time, the police have already patted down and searched the suspects and removed all extra paraphernalia that the suspects may have, right? So then why are all these suspects detained, but yet they still have their mask on? This is being done on purpose. The question is, for what purpose? Are the police actually trying to protect the suspect's identity here? If so, why? Why is it so important for the police to protect the suspect's identity here if they were actually arrested for potential crimes or crimes committed? Why would it be the police's job to protect their identities with masks? So many questions. I mean, could the police be protecting the police? I mean, there are rumors floating around of some people suspect that this group of men that were arrested could be some other branch of law enforcement as to why their masks have not been removed. This image you see is from a short video that the Idaho police force actually released. And if you look at the officers standing around, it's almost like they are proud of what they're doing, and they have a purpose for standing around like this. Almost as if they're doing it purposely to take a video or take some photos like this. Because according to reports, this arrest took place in a different location than the parade that was, or festival that was happening. So it's not like they're trying to, the officers are trying to stand as a wedge between this group and whoever else, right? Why they all turned around positioned so perfectly? Also, according to their reports, there were no guns found on this group. Okay. As well as there's a report of only one, what they're calling a smoke grenade. One was found on the group. But they also found riot shields in some reports, and other reports it says riot gear. If this group was really gonna go to cause a disturbance at this gathering, why would they have shields? A shield is a defensive weapon, not an offensive weapon, so to speak. Now remember, they still got their mask on, y'all. Also, with them still having their mask on during the report and video and images that the police force released, later, supposedly, the police force released these men's mugshots. But how do you know that the mugshots that were released are the same men that were here arrested still wearing masks? How do you know that it's one and the same? There's no way to know that, because the police purposely in their released report left these men wearing their mask. So the men in the mugshot, or pictures in the mugshot release, that could be anybody. Hell, they could have put my face in the mugshot. How would you know I wasn't? How would you know that I was or wasn't a part of this group? Basically, you're just taking this police force, or whatever the source of the information is, you're just taking their word, because again, they still have their mask on, covering their identity. You can't match them up. It would be different if all their masks were off, like they should be, and images and pics were taken. Who took these pictures? They purposely, usually if the media is around, they're going to take pictures and images from a variety of angles, and specifically, they would be trying to capture pictures of as many of the people who were arrested, of their faces, right? But again, they still have their mask on, so, and this is being allowed by the police. Couple other questions, family. According to the report from the police, they actually got a call-in tip. A call tip. Someone called in and provided a tip that a group of men, according to the report, looks like some kind of military group or something, were all surrounding and about to gather into a U-Haul truck, right? And in no more than 10 minutes, the Idaho police had located this U-Haul truck, stopped it, and started making these arrests. 10 minutes? I mean, how did they find the U-Haul truck? If the reports are true, how did they find the U-Haul truck in 10 minutes? First off, you get a call tip. Was the truck still parked at the U-Haul pickup site when the police arrived? If not, they had loaded into this U-Haul truck and drove away, how did the police know which U-Haul truck that was in that area was the right U-Haul truck? In 10 minutes. That's the key. In 10 minutes. It almost seems as if the police either learned more information than they're admitting to very quickly, or could they have had information prior to this call tip that was placed or that they received? I mean, for everything this to come together so quickly. And then, according to reports, this group was, the police reports, they said the group was planning to go and, like I said, disturb this gathering, this pride gathering in Idaho. For How do they know? What evidence do they have that confirms that that is what the group had planned to do? I mean, it's not usual for criminals or people looking to commit crimes to just go, you got me. You know, like the old cartoons, you got me. I was about to go rob this bank. Criminals don't just admit their plans like that. You know, what if they really was criminals, don't you think they'd have been like, I'm not saying nothing? Or we was just going to do a group training session or something, make up a lie. That's typical of what criminals would do. They're gonna lie about what their plans was in hopes to try to get out of the situation. But in 10 minutes, the police not only arrested them, left their mask on, as you can see, but then also figured out somehow magically exactly what they had planned to do. Did the men who were arrested, did they just tell the police exactly what they were planning on doing? Or did someone on the police force already know what they were planning on doing? Maybe it's just top-notch police work and they were monitoring this group prior to the call tip that they got. They're monitoring their social media or something and watching the group's communication in some way. So they already, but interesting thus far, the police have not revealed that that's what they were doing. They didn't include that in the report, that they had prior knowledge of any kind. But everything seemed to come together very quickly for this arrest. And they still got their mask on. Again, for it to all come together so quickly, and the police purposely are leaving their mask on, is this something that the police already knew about prior? And again, I'm going to keep saying it. And they still got their mask on, family. What? Family. There's a lot of things here that are not normal, that are going on. A lot of things. This story or report the police put out, it just seems to fit so cookie cutter perfectly together and makes the police look like they are Johnny on the spot. We are on the job. We're fast. We don't have no problems. 10 minutes? Yeah, right. As I said, family, you can't always believe what's reported or what you think your eyes see. Just a quick one, family. Let's chop it up about this. I mean, what are some of the... Do y'all have some questions about what's been reported on this and that just don't seem on the up and up? Something just don't seem right. It seemed like it's just too simple and too well crafted of a quick story that all happened within just a few minutes. And we'll never know who the men are that are under arrest on your screen because, again, the police, after searching them, after cuffing them, still left their mask on. Where they do that at? Idaho. Where do police do that at? And if you look closely in the pic family, there's some of these guys that are arrested and they still have their backpacks on. When the police start doing that, like I said, typically when a police do a pat down, they remove any and all extra paraphernalia from the person that they're arresting. They take your stuff out your pockets, they run your pockets, they run your coat pockets, your jacket, they take all that stuff off. Why do some of these guys still have their backpacks on? Again, family, just this one, I'm just asking some questions. Some are saying it smells bad. There's things about this that smell too bad. They don't smell right. I'll put it that way. This potentially is something that was staged by who or whom? Who knows? But this particular Idaho police force, they're involved. For sure. I don't know, family. There's so much coming out. So many stories, so many reports, especially from law enforcement here at One Brothas Mind. Katie Smooth never, ever believes what the police say. Because it's my belief the police always tell you and only tell you what they want you to believe and know. There is always more to the story. Again, family, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's chop it up on this one. Y'all got some other questions about this report? Drop them in the comments. Let's chop it up. Yeah, let me know what y'all think on this report. And we'll keep trying to follow this and look for updates, but nah, bruh, gotta do better than this. Again, let me know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm tripping. That could be. I'm not above being wrong or being off, but if I'm wrong, why they still got their mask on? All right, y'all. Just a quick one. Just sometimes to me, it's so obvious, but let's chop it up in the comments. Remember, like, share, and subscribe to One Brothas Mind. Sometimes, man, it's just so obvious. Something ain't right. And this concludes this broadcast for One Brothas Mind. We thank you for joining us. And as a part of the new black media, B1 choices are mandatory. And being on code is required. But never fear, Yeshua the Christ is with you always. Shalom.